All right, so I want to do a quick little public service announcement on the stock, and this is just from really a beginner's perspective on some of the things that I've learned and heard. And you could take it how you want. You know, I'm not the financial advisor or anybody's stock advisor, but these are things that I've learned. So basically, having your money in the stock is just a better option to grow your money. You know, investing in stocks, especially in brands and companies that are, you know, mega brands in the United States and internationally that pretty much aren't going anywhere. They're going to bring you back more money than you will see if you just left your money in the bank. Now, at the end of the day, you don't want to put any money in there that you can't afford to lose, but you also need to understand you don't lose any of your money unless you sell your stock. So when the stock goes down, you know, as long as you hold on to it, just wait for it to come back up. You can't panic and sell it, then that's when you lose. And obviously, stock market is very volatile. Anything can happen. And so one thing that I heard Warren Buffett say, which makes a lot of sense, is you got to have the right temperament for stock. You know, because when it goes down, even if it was up, people just have a tendency to panic. You know, because you could be up $10,000, but in one day it dropped $7,000. That means you're still up 3,000, but you're not looking at the fact that you're up 3,000. You're looking at the fact that, oh, you just lost $7,000. Well, in all honesty, you haven't lost anything until you sell, or you haven't gained anything until you sell. So you just need to be patient, you know, and let the stock do what it does over time. And that's you know, most people who have, it's a long-term investment, because over time it's been proven that, you know, the stock market is going to go up. So if you leave 10,000 in there, you could, depending on the stock that you buy, you could not make anything for a year or two, but you leave it in there 5-10 years, it's probably going to be 14,000-15,000. And that's money that if you don't need, you know, if your bills are paid and you're just putting money in a savings account, and if it's just sitting there, you might as well have it in the stock, because that same 10,000, if you just have it in the bank account, they're going to send you a deposit for $1.20, you know what I'm saying? And that's your interest, or some crazy number like that. So it's more beneficial to have your money in stock, especially in companies that are very legit. And the other part of it is day trading, which most people don't do because you got to have the time to do it. You know, that's most people's full-time job is where they're buying and selling stocks on a daily basis, and they're looking at the market. So no matter what, and they're playing with a lot of money. So if they're going to put $50,000 into a stock, and then it goes up, you know, 50 cents, they'll sell it and make, you know, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, you know what I'm saying, off of that 50 that they invested. And so it just takes a lot more money to make good money doing it. But that's the day trading. Or then, you know, when it goes down, that same person will buy 50,000 shares worth of that stock, or $50,000 worth of that stock, and then, you know, hopefully by the end of the day it goes up another 25-30 cents, and then they can sell it, and off of that 50,000 they made another 2,000 or 3,000. So you got to play with a lot of money to get those type of gains. You're not going to invest $500, $1,000 and make enough money to really support yourself on a daily basis. And so the other thing is this crypto money. That seems to be the new fad. It seems like it's going up, you know, faster than obviously any regular stock that you could buy when you're buying shares and stuff like from Apple or Amazon. Those shares aren't going up as fast as this cryptocurrency is. And Bitcoin kind of, I guess, opened the door and opened people's eyes to how much money is really involved in this stuff and how much you can make if you get in early. But it's the same thing, you know, it's a market just like any other stock that just goes up and down, and you can't panic when it goes down. You can't get too excited when it goes up. You kind of just got to be patient and let your money work for you. But at the same time, invest what you aren't going to miss. You know, if you could put 1,000 in there, and if you lose it all, which probably won't happen, but if that was to happen, you're not tripping. But that 1,000 could bring you 15, 20,000 over the next year or two. I mean, it's worth the risk to bet on, you know, winning or gaining 15 to 20,000 off that thousand than, you know, worrying about losing 1,000, or, you know, whatever it is that you can afford to spend. If it's $5,000, $10,000, if you're not going to be, you know, losing your mind, if that 5,000 turns into 2,500 and you sell and you lost $2,500, then go ahead and do it. Because the way that this crypto stuff is going, that 5,000 could bring you, you know, $80,000-$90,000 in a year or two if it continues to go up at the rate that it's been going up. So it's worth the risk, especially with those type of stocks, or those type of cryptocurrencies that are currently available. But like I said, you know, don't take my word for it. You know, you gotta do whatever you're comfortable with. But those are the things that I've noticed. And, you know, me personally, especially with buying stock in Amazon, Tesla, Nike, things of that nature, I've gained money. So it's not been a lot, but, you know, off of $10,000, you know, I'm maybe up $3,000, $3,500 just since July when I started investing in stock. I'm late to the game. But obviously, like I said, that $10,000, if I just had it in the bank this whole time, it'd bring me $2, you know, or something less than that from the bank. So those are a couple things. Like I said, you got to have the right temperament. You got to be patient. You got to understand how the stock market goes up and down. When you buy a stock of any company, you're essentially part owner of that company, so you need to understand that as well. That when you buy a stock, you have a small percentage, obviously, but you're part owner. So if you're owning a company, you want to invest in a company, or you want to buy a company that you know is a great company. And then the other thing I will say about crypto is whenever you do sell, you got to understand when you make a little money and you sell, you're selling your company essentially. So say you started out with $5,000 and it goes up to $10,000. Okay, well now you're excited, so you've made 5,000, so you want to sell 5,000. Well, essentially you're selling 50% of your company. So if you feel that it's going to keep, you know, growing, nobody would sell 50% of their company if they feel that the business is going to keep growing. And so, you know, you should hold on to it, you know, because if it keeps going up, then you've sold half your company. Well, that's half the money that you could have made if you just held on to it. Now, obviously, if you need the money and you just got to take it out, go ahead and do that. But it's about being patient, you know. And then, like I said, when it dips down to say 7,000, you can't panic and say, okay, well, I'm just gonna take the 2,000 that, you know, I got out, or I'm just gonna take my 5,000 out and leave the 2,000 in, because now you're selling 60 or 70% of your company, which essentially could go back up, and so now you're losing out on money. So you got to have the right temperament for the market, and just let it sit, you know, unless you're going to be day trading where you're on there every day buying and selling, you know, obviously selling when it's high or as high as you think it's going to be, and then you know, and buying it at a low price that you're hoping it goes down so you could rebuy the stock at a lower price, and then, you know, obviously sell it when it goes back up. And if you're going to do that daily, then, you know, that's a way to make a lot of money as well. And obviously that's what a lot of people do, and that's the reason the market goes up and down so much, because there's so many people that do have a lot of money who are buying and selling certain stocks, cryptos, whatever, daily. And, you know, they're getting that in-between money. But for the average person, you know, you let your money sit over time, and, you know, you should see gains. You know, historically it's been proven that you've seen gains no matter if the stock market crashes, the recession, whatever, it always bounces back. And, you know, if you didn't panic, then you'd be way better off than you were before, no matter what it is, real estate, stock, whatever. So that's my 2 cents. You know, feel free to comment, you know, and give any other feedback. But yeah, like I said, I'm not an expert, and I've just been listening to other people and doing my own research, and, you know, kind of having my own ups and downs, and figuring out, you know, how I would like to invest. And that's about it. You know, we could talk about real estate another time. All right.